Doctor Who. Peter Capaldi teams up with the first ever Time Lord in an epic finale mission before he regenerates in the Christmas special. Doctor Who will team up with his former self, the first ever Time Lord in the hotly anticipated Christmas special. Peter Capaldi joins forces with David Bradley, best known as Angus Finch in the Harry Potter franchise, for one last adventure in the TARDIS before he hands over the role to the 13th Doctor, Jodie Whittaker. In scenes from the trailer, the two Doctors are standing in an Arctic snowscape and struggling to fight off the Glass People in a nail-biting, hour-long festive finale. In the new 30-second clip, the 13th Doctor comes face to face with the original Time Lord, which was first played by the late actor William Hartnell. The two have a comic standoff, as the first Doctor surveys his future self wearing sunglasses with disdain. He asks Peter's character, with a furrowed brow, "Sunglasses?" as Peter grins and drawls, "They're sonic." The clip follows the first Time Lord helping the current figure save Gallifrey by moving it in another dimension, in his last mission as the Doctor. The two Doctors are seen fighting their way through the snow-covered landscape as they refuse to face their looming regeneration. They battle enchanted Glass People and come across a World War I captain, Mark Gatiss, destined to die on the battlefield, but taken from the trenches to play his part in the Doctor's story. Also featured in the special is Doctor Who's companion Bill Potts, played by Pearl Mackie. The trailer appears to hint at Bill's emotional farewell to the current Doctor before his regeneration. Before the Doctor heads out to tackle another army, Bill issues him a heartfelt warning. Standing at the door of the TARDIS, she tells him somberly, "Come back alive," to which he replies firmly, "Be here when I do." Twice Upon a Time is written by Stephen Moffat, directed by Rachel Talalay, and executive producer Brian Minchin. The series comes after the last series' cliffhanger ending saw the Doctor fatally shot by a Mondasian Cyberman and begin to regenerate. Stepping out of the TARDIS into an Arctic landscape, he fought off a glowing regeneration energy and fell to his knees, vowing that this time he would not live on and change into a new Doctor. This was declared ridiculous by an approaching figure, who mocked the Doctor as he stepped forward through the snow to reveal himself as the very first incarnation of the Time Lord. The original, you might say, just before the credits rolled. David Bradley admitted that he and Peter Capaldi became emotional shooting the actor's final scenes as the Time Lord. Bradley said of one scene, "There was one moment where me and Peter just looked at each other in the middle of the scene, and it was like, who's going to well up first?" He said of Capaldi's last scene, "Well, it was very touching, from promising beginnings when we're suspicious of each other, and I say, who are you? And he says, I'm the Doctor. And I say, no, you may be a Doctor, but I'm the Doctor." And so there's a bit of friction between them before we've even realized that we're actually both one of the same person. And we kind of encircle each other occasionally about, how do you feel about this? How do I feel about this? And he's rather, the 12th Doctor is rather shocked by this old guy that comes in with his old 1960s sensibilities and his non-PC attitude to things like, this TARDIS, this is a bit dusty, where's Polly? I need a good spring clean. And Peter says, you can't say that. Why? Why? Because he's from that era. And there's a few of those. Bradley, who has taken over the part of the first Doctor from late art actor William Hartnell, continued. For me, the comic energy between them is a lot to do with these two different worlds we're both coming from. There's a kind of mutual respect for, by the end, and acknowledgement. Bradley previously worked with Whittaker on Broadchurch and said he was delighted when he heard she had been cast as the first female Doctor. He said, I have to say, as we saw in Broadchurch, she's got this emotional reserve that is kind of like there's no limit to it. She tells it like it is. She's capable of great emotion and passion, and at the same time, anybody who's hung out with her for a while, which I did, knows that she's also got a wicked sense of humour, and she's just that kind of playfulness. I think she's got all the skills that are needed. I think Jodie will be fantastic. Doctor Who Twice Upon a Time airs on BBC One on Christmas Day.